Yes Have Some Podcast is brought to you by Carnivorous Creations. Our good friend Mike Nelson has been making these incredible Ghostbusters props for a very long time. We've been talking about it for a long time. In fact, if you've been paying attention, you would know that I just got my brand new Proton Pack delivered to me at DragonCon. There's a video up on YouTube. You can see the pictures on Instagram. It is a one-of-a-kind. I'm telling you, this is the best Proton Pack I've ever owned. It's the best Proton Pack I'm ever going to own. And Mike was super cool. He was very communicative. He talked to me. He asked me questions. I personally had the best experience I've ever had getting a prop built for me because let's face it, these things are special. There's a lot of detail. We're picky, us collectors, us movie fans. We want the good stuff, and Carnivorous Creations delivers. Now, he not only does Ghostbusters Proton Packs and Proton Pack parts, he's getting into Ninja Turtles weapons coming later this year. He's got amazing prop displays, custom displays for your prop replicas. These things are huge. It's hard sometimes. You don't know even how to put it on a shelf. Mike at Carnivorous Creations is going to help you get your collection where you need it to be. So, check out carnivorouscreations.com. That's carnivorous with a K. And you can also find them at Carnivorous Creations on Instagram and Facebook. Tell them Yes Have Some Podcast sent you and get yourself into a brand new Ghostbusters Proton Pack.
I don't want to grow up, Mom. Do you want some?
Jurassic Park. Now playing the PS7.
Ecto goggles with Ecto Bomber, Neutron Blaster, and Water Zapper, each sold separately.
From the corner penthouse of Spook Central all the way to Star Killer Base, this is Yes Have Some Podcast.
Do I? Yes, have some. Yes, have some.
You know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags.
The only place in the multiverse where you can love the book, hate the movie, but still buy all the toys.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
I'm not looking for a friend. I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
What?
Please remember to hold on to your butts and get ready to get stressed. With your hosts, Craig Goldberg, Abigail Gardner, and Jacob Walsh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 170 of Yes Have Some Podcast. My name is Craig Goldberg, and I am here with Abigail Gardner.
What's up, guys?
And Jacob Walsh.
Hello.
And we are here. I'm nowhere near as tired as I was last week.
No, dude.
I was talking to, who was I talking to? A friend of the podcast, Matt Sanders. He's in Florida. And we were just talking about the podcast. And I said, hey, man, I was really tired last week. And he was like, oh, I could tell. But he said, me, Craig Goldberg, I'm at my best when I'm a little tired. Because if you guys remember last week, I was a little like, I don't know.
Dude, I was tired.
I had an edge to me last week.
Yeah.
You were being a little bit of a dick, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we made fun of some
I was making fun of people's contest entries.
Yeah.
God.
Dude, when it's late and you get salty and you get cranky.
Honestly, I listened back and like, I want to be friends with me from last week. I feel like
it was like a cooler version.
I feel
like Cool Craig came out.
Cool Craig, man. I bet Cool Craig might work at Hot Topic.
Yeah. Help you with your gauges.
Cool Craig, you walk in a Hot Topic, I'm like, hey man, just anything I can help you with? Just to let you know, we got 3 for $20 Funko Pops today. Keep that in mind. I feel like that's something Cool Craig might say.
I like Cool Craig.
Cool Craig might take a break even if he's not approved and just go and steal pretzels from AMs.
Smoke a cigarette in the back.
It's like a 20-minute break instead of a 15-minute break.
Yeah. It's got a Honda Del Sol.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The only thing I could come up, I equate cool and cool people with being at the mall.
Yes. You revert back to like 13, 14. It's who's the cool people.
Like when I was like in 7th grade and bought my No Limit Records medallion at the Silver Hut.
Yep.
And my stepdad made me take it back.
Oh, we've talked about it.
They were like, no returns. And my stepdad was like, bullshit. You just sold a $100 medallion to this child. I was like, I'll never be a No Limit soldier.
I've looked for that online to get it for you again as a Christmas present.
I'd wear it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, reclaim your territory.
Anyways.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. So Cool Craig is not back this week. Regular Craig is here. And I'm with regular Abigail and regular Jake.
Yeah, we've all had sleep.
Jake, how are you, man? I know you had some toy. We've been having some major toy stress lately.
Should we talk about it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess we should talk about it. It's so weird because you were having this issue, for the last couple of weeks where, you were trying to buy that Jabba thing and it was like locked.
Yeah.
And then the exact same thing happened to me today. Target is putting out that there's that Jurassic World Legacy Collection Brachiosaur. It came out a couple weeks ago that it was going to be hitting the shelves soon. And they said originally that it had a lock date of October the 6th. But over the past few days, it's been on a lot of shelves and people have been buying it. So I was like, I guess it's cool. I guess it's out. So I contacted my my Target person and I was like, hey, can you check this for me?
Your man on the inside?
Yeah,
my man on the inside. I got a guy at Target, yeah. And
God.
they checked for me and I got a message today and it was like, hey, we got one on the truck today. It's here, but we haven't quite located it yet. I got a message from them a couple hours later and they're like, we found it. Come up here and pick it up. So I went up. They came out with it. I had it in my hands. They were like, hey, we'll ring it up. And they were like, I can also get you a 10% discount. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
Whoa.
Ring it up. And then it's locked. And they told me that earlier when they were looking for it, it was showing up as not locked. And it also was showing up as supposed to being set on the shelves last week. So they were like, and they tried to get around it, and they called another coworker to be like, is there other people because they were like, I showed them other people are buying this. Like there is all over Instagram, people are buying it, and they tried to get around it for me, but they were just like, we can't.
Hey, at least
that's frustrating.
At least the people who work at Target know what a register lock means.
Yeah.
Can I tell I haven't even told this story. So, Jake, first of all, I'm sorry, but I think you'll be able to get it this weekend, right?
Hopefully they did only get one, and
That's
I got
so weird.
Yeah.
I got a message later on in the day saying 3 other people have come by asking for it since I was there. Mm-hmm. What they told me to do was they said it's not going to show up on the online, like Target online, until the 6th, and they were like, try it at midnight, but if it's not there, wait until 6:30 in the morning. So that's something I'm going to possibly have to do. Mm-hmm. They were like, order it online as early as it will let you for in-store pickup. And then it will be yours, basically. It'd
Jay,
be like reserving it.
What if as you were driving away from Target without it today, you looked back and at the window at Target, you just saw the Brachiosaur
in flames.
It was like, ah! Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's like you gave me your curse, Craig. Like your curse was passed down onto me.
Well, the woman at Walmart that you're going to tell the story, she acted like it was a curse.
Let me tell the story.
Do it.
All right.
Just building it up.
So what I was looking for, Force Friday, Triple Force Friday is...
Triple Force.
So this episode releases on Thursday, so tomorrow for our listening audience, or yesterday if you didn't listen to the podcast right away, which if you didn't, then...
All that matters is that for us, it's tomorrow.
For us, it's 2 days from now.
No, 2 days
I think I've gotten away from my point. Triple Force Friday, which is the big release day for all the new Star Wars products from Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, Jedi Fallen Order, the new video game, as well as The Mandalorian. They're all hitting on Friday at midnight. But a lot of the products have been hitting the shelves a little early. They're not supposed to, but the stores put them out. And long story short, everything has been register locked at Target. So... one of the items that is hitting the shelves is the Jabba the Hutt Vintage Collection Palace playset, which is a Walmart exclusive and has been out since May. It's been available online, but they sold out very quickly. I had one ordered a couple months ago from Walmart.com. It was canceled. I'm not 100% sure they even ever refunded me. I remember I had a long chat with Walmart.com, which was not fun. Mm-hmm. Anyways, the Jabba the Hutt palaces have been hitting the shelves. Well, my thought process was this won't be register locked because it's already an item that's out. I'm not going to try to buy. I'm not trying to get around the system. I'm not trying to get Mandalorian stuff, even though I want it. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be a good collector. I'm going to wait. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get this Jabba play set. Well, Jake, this was a week or two ago already. I must have went to 15 Walmarts. Some of them had them out. Some of them didn't. Register locked. Boom. Register locked. Nothing we can do. Look, are there ways to get that thing out of the store? Yes, there are ways. But again, I'm a good person.
Legal ways.
I considered everything. I considered ringing up other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I considered pulling a Walmart employee to the side and be like, here's $100, twice what this costs. I'm walking out.
Look the other way.
But I didn't do anything.
Is it true that you made up a child?
Oh, our son.
I talked
Did you or did you not?
I did make up a child.
Up a son.
I did. I talked to one of the ladies at Walmart. I said, look, my son has been begging me for this. Yeah, right.
I don't know if that would make them more sympathetic.
Which
I feel
son,
like I
by
would
the
be
way?
more sympathetic to you if you were just like, I want this.
Anybody with a son right now, their son is into Fortnite. No son under the age of 25 cares about the Jabba the Hutt Vintage Collection playset. But
they like a different movie more.
Nobody cared. Nobody cared about it. You think they'll care? They don't care.
No.
Finally, when you go to ring it up, it doesn't say register locked. It just says cannot sell. So I take Jabba the Hutt to customer service, and the lady takes it and she scans it, and I guess on her computer it says recall, but they're not actually recalled. That's just the only option in the Walmart system that's probably 100 years old. I'm trying to buy it. She scans it. She takes it away
Recall
from me.
makes you think it's like something bad for your health or something.
Right.
Like it's dangerous.
She took it away from me and she looks at me and she goes, "This is very bad." And I said, "What?" She goes, "This is very bad. You cannot have this. This is bad. This is recalled. This is bad. I'm taking this." And she walked in the back and I never saw her again. I was flummoxed.
Yeah.
I could not believe.
What if she was taken by it?
This was my 15th, 18th Walmart in a 2-day period. I was exhausted. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if this really happened. It could have been like a desert mirage. Could have made up the whole thing. No, it happened. It was really frustrating. And I was just like, I felt like, remember in 40-Year-Old Virgin?
I know what you're talking about.
When Jonah Hill is at the eBay store and he can't buy the shoes because it's for eBay. And he's like, I just want to give you money and then you give me these shoes. And she's like, I can't. That's how I felt. I was like, Walmart, I want to give you $50 for this playset, which, by the way, I have it now. I was able to finally get it. It's worth about $8. It's very unimpressive. The hunt was not worth it.
Right. Well, it's the journey that's the valuable thing. So not really the payoff of what you actually get.
Exactly. So finally, days later, I was I made my way to another Walmart and I tried it again with a different customer service person who literally did not fucking care at all. He was like, "Okay, I'll ring it up. What's it called?" And I looked at it, I go, "Just type in Star Wars." He's like, "Okay." Like, not even 100% sure he worked there, but he rang it up. And I got it. I got my thing. But Jake, I can relate to the frustration, man. That is some real toy stress.
Yeah.
It is like whenever it's like, especially when it's in the store and it's in your hand.
Yeah.
It's literally in your hand and they're just like, "Hey, nope."
Yeah. I literally can't think of any other comparison, just that it's very frustrating.
Like, could you imagine like, "Oh, I really want cereal tonight. Oh, here's some milk for my cereal." And you just get there, they're like, "We can't sell it.
Can't give it to you.
Can't give it to you. This milk can't be sold till tomorrow."
It's here, but you can't have it. That's so weird.
And here's the other thing. I get that it's register locked for a certain event in the case of Star Wars, but this Jabba the Hutt playset has been out for months and months.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine me trying to explain that to the lady at Walmart? I was like, "Oh, you don't understand. This is from Return of the Jedi, a movie that came out in 1983. Now can I get it? Now can I buy this?" So anyways, if you're interested, I did put up a YouTube review. And I rewatched it. I seemed downtrodden during this review. I seemed so defeated. I'm like, here it is. Here's Han Solo.
You don't even care about it.
Very cool. But anyways, I'm excited, Jake, for you to get your Brachiosaur this weekend.
Yeah.
I want to pick that up too. I haven't fully collected that line of Jurassic World. That's a badass dinosaur. I want that.
Yeah, I haven't fully collected it either. But it's just, it's in scale with the 3-inch figures, and it looks great. Yeah. And there's never been a Brachiosaur figure like that from the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World line. So I want to pick it up. I want to get 2 of them, but my fucking Target only got 1 of them in.
That's the other thing. If you look back at 1980s toy photos from Toys R Us, there's 50 Ecto ones and 50 Firehouses. Target got one
what's
Brachiosaur.
The price point on that?
One.
Like what?
It's $50.
That's ridiculous. It's not. I don't know why they don't have more of them. I'm like,
I just don't think people who's.
I don't like the idea
that
of being
toy
in
is for 34.
Three other people asked for it today.
Yeah.
Those weren't kids. Yeah, they asked me
they listen to the podcast.
I don't want people to tell me no. I don't want to be in toy purgatory.
One of them was Jeffrey DeGamarino.
Yeah, it had to
guarantee you. They said 3 other people. I was like, Jeffrey,
stay away.
It was funny. They asked me they were like, we only got 1, but they were like, do you think this is gonna are people gonna be looking for this? And I was like, well, I messaged you a week early to see if you had it in the store.
Hey, you should have looked at him and been like,
dibs.
You should have been like, well, this is the first long neck dinosaur scaled down to the action figures from Jurassic World, the film, which was one of the popular box office mega hits of the last 5 years. So yeah, I think so. God, I just stumbled through that whole thing. I just fought through it. Hey, another toy update. I have a Power Rangers DTOF.
Yeah. I think Goldar just fell over.
Dude, I've been working on my Goldar impression. It's not ready to be debuted yet, but it's
okay. All right.
I watched guys, hey Abby, ask me what I watched.
What did you watch the other night when I went to bed early?
Oh. I watched the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
I've never seen it before.
How was it?
Badass.
You had never seen it before?
No.
Oh, okay.
I liked it.
I watched a little bit of it.
Here's the thing. Here's what I like about it. It's
good until those fucking dumbass Zords show up.
It's really bad.
How is a frog better than any dinosaur?
Yeah.
So it sucks that their dinosaurs are replaced by animals, like regular animals, small animals. But it also sucks that the movie came out in 95. So instead of getting cool Japanese kaiju costumed Zords, we get just the worst CGI special effects Zords.
Yeah.
It literally looks like, when you're watching a really bad sci-fi movie in 2006, the Sci-Fi Channel, and then there's some special effects.
Yeah, major pixelation and it distortion.
It doesn't look like anything.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a bummer, but I kind of like that movie. What I like is that
Ivan Ooze is great.
Ivan Ooze is awesome. He's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's very funny.
He's funny, and
he's like Freddy.
He kind of is like Freddy Krueger. He's got some jokes. What I like, here's my favorite thing. Okay. Everything looks better in the movie because they had a little bit of a budget.
It feels like high budget porn. Almost.
Almost as good.
Like a full feature length.
Almost as good as a medium budget porn. Here's the thing. Ready?
Yeah.
I like the idea that their power center. What is it called? God, their power station where Zordon lives.
Look at me. I have no idea.
I'm not gonna help you out with this.
Hold on. Everything looks better, right? Zordon looks better. Alpha 5 looks better. Alpha 5's we're doing a movie. Well, I'm gonna get buffed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be shiny now. All the suits look better.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that movie was made after Jason and Zach and Trini had left the show. Mm-hmm. It's like Rocky.
Yeah.
Fuck Rocky, by the way. Have you guys seen the episode of Power Rangers where Rocky gets really addicted to that arcade game and he's an asshole to everybody? But it's Zed who put a spell on him to make him addicted to the game?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. I didn't like Rocky in that episode.
Wow.
Anyways,
controversial stuff.
Ivan Ooze is cool.
Reminds me of the Joker.
Oh, yeah. It was just as controversial as Joker. Listen, last thing on Power Rangers, I hope they make an Ivan Ooze Lightning Collection figure because I'd like to buy it. And actually, I'll know who that is. It's very exciting. Have you guys ever forced yourself into a fandom? It's fun.
I feel like I've dabbled.
I don't think so.
When I bought all those Powerpuff Girls toys like 2 years ago, I started watching the cartoon. And I was like, I'm gonna watch this. And also with the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new Nickelodeon, is it?
That's a little bit different because it's a property.
Yeah, it's something that we were already invested in.
Would you guys be into doing something called like the wheel of intellectual properties, where we spin a wheel and whatever it lands of, we just have to get into it for that week?
They just start
collecting it.
Okay.
Start collecting it and everything. You just spend a bunch of fucking money on it for a week, and then you're like, all right, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do anyway.
Yeah.
The fact that I still am buying Power Ranger stuff like 2 weeks in is a fucking miracle. Last thing on this, if you do have the discount chain Ollie's in your neck of the woods, it's kind of like Big Lots. They've got a lot of the Power Rangers Legacy collection from Bandai. And I got my mini helmets. I got the White Ranger and the Red Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Zach. Not Zach. Fucking what's the Jason. I don't like Rocky, remember?
You keep looking to me like I'm going to know.
I'm like, Abby, help me. Help me talk about Power Rangers. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, cool. Abby, any other housekeeping notes before we move on here?
You got 2 new details also, which I guess you already mentioned. That was exciting. No, I don't think so. I'm putting up Halloween decorations, and we're like in full on Halloween horror movie month mode. So.
Yeah. Hey, listen, speaking of that, we're recording a new bonus episode for the Patreon feed. Thank you so much to all of our patrons. Anybody's been signing up, getting in on that community. We're building out, doing a couple bonus episodes a month, having a lot of fun with that. Right after this episode, we're going to have our newest bonus episode, which, Abby, you want to give a little tease on that?
Yeah, I thought you were going to thank me for writing it.
Thank you for coming up with the concept.
Yeah, I thought of the idea of doing the old MySpace quiz that was like very popular back in, I guess, the early 2000s. And I looked at the actual quiz because I thought it would be a good idea for the bonus episode. And the quiz itself is like 120 questions. So what I did is I condensed it down to 30 and I made them all Halloween themed. So it's like kind of an AMA Halloween style. And I had a lot of fun both writing the questions and answering them. So I'm looking forward to talking about it with you guys and seeing what you said. But yeah, it's mostly like, nostalgic Halloween memories for all of us and fun shit.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to that. If you want to get in on Patreon, all you got to do is go to patreon.com/yeshavesomepodcast and /yeshavesome. Patreon.com/yeshavesome for $5 a month. You get in on all of those bonus episodes. Our complete archive will become available as soon as you join. And then, of course, you get that separate exclusive feed with bonus content all the time, couple episodes a month. And it's a lot of fun. I really like doing the bonus episodes. We've been doing it. Can you guys believe we've been doing Patreon for over a year?
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
That's a lot.
Feels like a year of us texting each other on Wednesday going, are we doing a bonus?
We doing bonus?
We doing bonus? That was Craig this morning.
We'll do it next week.
Craig was like, hey, we really need to think of a bonus idea. And then I went in the other room and came back. So it's good.
Another housekeeping note, and Jake, I just texted you this picture. Our friend Scott Nyclick, the Maddie Collector toy guru who we had on the podcast about a month ago, he had mentioned that there was an unreleased 3 3/4 inch real Ghostbusters line that had been planned for Mattel that was never released, and that he had a prototype of Slimer. And he sent me the picture. He found it. So Jake, I just sent that to you for you to check out.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah,
it is
really
cool.
Cute.
But if you notice, it is the same Slimer that came with the Janine and Sam Hain 2-pack.
Oh, is it?
But it's got a better paint job. So I asked him about it. There's a chance he could be mistaken and is just kind of mixing up things. But it's also Mattel, so there's also a chance that they were just going to use that same Slimer for the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. I'll post that picture. He sent the picture of the hand-painted prototype.
Cute.
And you know what? It is cute.
Yeah, it's very cute. I like the way his arms are positioned, like he's like a little man.
He's just a little man.
It's very cute.
And of course, Mattel will no longer be making any Ghostbusters toys because Hasbro is taking over the line. And I don't want to get into details because I don't have any. But from what I'm hearing, we're in for some special stuff.
Yeah. From what we've been hearing little things here and there.
Little things, little stuff.
Yeah.
Little stuff. Last piece of housekeeping, I did want to announce our good friends at Chronicle Collectibles, just before we went on the air. Are we on the air?
Yeah. I like to think of this time as being on the air. I want to get a sign for the outside of our door that says on the air.
Okay. So,
just for our cats to
the
read.
Cats don't come in.
So they don't,
It'll be like on Full House.
Disrupt.
It's like, don't go in the basement.
That is exactly what I'm basing it on.
When the Rippers are recording.
Yeah.
Okay. They are doing their first ever Star Wars product. They are doing a fully 1-to-1 scale replica licensed Mandalorian helmet from the new movie. And I talked to our friend Robert and I said, hey, congratulations. That's amazing. And then in the back of my head, I was like, send me one. It's not looking good for Novos, guys.
Dude, yeah, we saw that coming a ways back, though.
Yeah, if you have anything on pre-order with the Novos, I'd
pull out.
And cancel.
Yeah, I'd cancel that.
Yeah.
So cool. So anything else? We're gonna have a fuck budget tonight. Anything else before we move on here?
No.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm just going to acknowledge the fact that I can't talk about Joker.
To get into this fuck budget.
Yeah.
So you guys both gave me shit about this fuck budget. Like, what do you want me to do?
Shit. I didn't give you shit. I was just telling you an honest fact about it.
What was your fact? Let's get back to the group text.
Tell me the fact.
Lowest amount of fucks I've ever given out for a fuck budget.
Dude, Jake.
Listen, it's
I
a
understand.
slow news week. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's
fine.
Good.
Here, new fuck budget. Ray Stantz smokes cigarettes. How many fucks do you get? You guys like that one?
0 fucks.
All right. They use the last of their petty cash to get Chinese food, and now there's no money for Dana.
10 fucks. This is better. We should keep doing this.
We should do. Okay.
Scrap what we had.
More Ghostbusters 1 stupid thing. Winston seems underpaid. How many fucks do you give? All right. I'm looking for the email. Ab, while I do that, will you plug do that thing?
Plug it up.
Plug that thing.
Group therapy.
Yes.
If you guys are not members yet, go ahead and join our little club. It's on Facebook. Log in, search for Yes Have Some Podcast. You'll find our page on Facebook. Give that a like so that you can be involved with all of our things. Go ahead and scroll down on the page and you'll see Yes Have Some Podcast Group Therapy pop up. Ask to join that group and either myself, Craig, or Jacob Welsh will approve you. So go ahead and do that. I know, but I like saying it like that. So go ahead and join our group, and I'll learn your name eventually. And you can make posts about the things that you're collecting and stressing about, and how your Target doesn't allow you to have your toys when you want them. So yeah, join the group. It's very good, high quality stuff. No memes. I think did I hit all the highlights?
No memes.
Yeah,
no
I think
memes. So. But you know what? The three of us, we get to do memes.
Yeah, well, I can post any memes I want.
Yeah. Like holiday
I'm posting
memes.
a meme tonight.
Yeah.
I posted that really terrible Slimer as Jabba the Hutt with a slave.
Yeah,
Janine.
you did. I
Yeah,
responded
but you
with a
posted it
sad
to kind of
emoji.
make fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, what did Ryan
You
Dole
weren't
say?
like, look. You weren't like, look how cool this is.
I wasn't like, whoa, guys, game changer.
Dude, I love Ghostbusters deviant art on the internet. When you search for it, there's some really good pictures.
Yeah, there's something.
There's something.
All right, you guys ready for this fuck budget?
Yeah.
This is your old pal Digital One Time. I haven't heard about myself in such a long time on podcasts. All right, go ahead, Craig, Abigail, Jake. Go on your fucking fuck budget.
All right, it's time for the Yes Have Some Fuck budget, the segment of all segments, the one where we take 5 topics in pop culture, movies, and toys, and Jake and Abby have to allocate how many fucks they give for each one. They have 10 total fucks to spend each week, and they can't overspend. There is no fuck credit cards. There is no fuck loans. There is a fuck bill collector. I will call you on the phone from a 1-800 number you don't recognize, and I'll be like, sir, We need some of those fucks.
Fuck collector.
Are you prepared to make a fuck payment today?
Dude. You should do that costume for Halloween.
You know, I started actually answering calls from bill collectors. And when they go, are you prepared to make a payment today? I go, absolutely not.
I've thought about picking up when I get a telemarketer call and like heckling them, but I don't.
Hey, by the way,
respect their job.
The new phones on AT&T, they tell you who's calling. I feel bad if there's anybody out there whose name is actually Spam Risk, because you're not going to get any calls. No one's answering that.
Spamela Risk.
My name is Spamela Risk. All right, are you guys ready?
Yes. Yeah. We've threatened to do a morning show episode, and I feel like we're doing it right now.
We're having fun. Hey, I could bring Cool Craig back.
You say that, then you have to put one earring in really quick.
Hold on. Let me go to Claire's and get my ear pierced real quick. I'm already at the mall. All right, let's do it. Cool Craig might appear later. First up, Disney Plus is rebooting Home Alone. Borat, the writer of Borat, I can't even read it without, it's so dumb. The guy who wrote Borat, Dan Mazer, is rebooting Home Alone. Melissa McCarthy may or may not be involved.
Will Ferrell may or
may not be involved. And they're flipping the script. This time.
Read the plot. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm finding it. Hold on. Here it is. Okay, here we go. The script is expected to follow a married couple who go to war with a young boy who has stolen something from them. A twist on the original premise of a young boy who goes to war with a pair of inept thieves looking to rob his house. When it comes to the worst idea of all time, Abigail Gardner.
Yeah?
How many fucks do you get?
You know what? I gave this one fuck.
Oh my God.
And I'm kind of wondering, I think it's strictly because of that picture of Mikey Day looking really excited at like, with money flying around him. Like that is what my one fuck's going to.
I do like Mikey Day.
I like Mikey Day.
He's good on SNL. He's one of the co-writers of this.
Yeah, that is, I guess, where my fuck's going to. Yeah, the idea kind of sounds like Dennis the Menace or something like, I don't know. It's the article on Collider that we read that was in our fuck budget roundup said that it would be cool to do a gender flip and to bring in the actress from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Julia Butters, and have her do the McAllister. What's his name? Kevin McAllister. I almost said Michael McAllister. Have her do like the main character. I feel like that would be cool. But this is not really a great idea, and it's a reboot. And Melissa McCarthy, like 100%, I have to get far away from that. So
you're excited.
One fuck, yeah. But I'm wondering why I'm giving it one fuck as I allot it.
Okay. Well, I'll let Jake go, then I'll give my Cool Craig will come and give an opinion.
Cool Craig.
Okay. Well, I gave it 0 fucks. It sounds dumb. It kind of sounds not like Home Alone at all. I'm like, they're going to make the kid a thief? They're going to like, is he the bad guy now? I don't know. It sounds dumb to me.
About a child.
I just don't care.
It's about okay, here it is. Will Ferrell and Melissa McCarthy are a couple who are not well equipped to deal with the world at large. And this is a child who robs them. I don't get this at all. I know Disney has all these properties that they want to kind of reboot and retool. I know they're doing something with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Listen, I'm not saying Home Alone is sacred ground because there's a bunch of Home Alone.
Well, that's another reason I gave it 0 is because like I like the first 2 Home Alone movies. Like they're great, but they're not. Like the thought of a remake doesn't make me be like, no. It just sounds dumb.
Isn't the better idea here to just try to make it like Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern finally get out of jail again?
Like just bring them back?
Yeah, and then they go try to find Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
But Kevin McAllister's out of town. Macaulay Culkin have kind of like a little cameo, but it's his kid.
It's his kid,
okay.
Yeah.
But it's all they're like, imagine this line.
It's just the same thing.
He's going to call the cops from a treehouse? Yes. He has a cell phone. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds terrible. Like, I mean, I'm all about like legacy sequels, reboots, remakes. Like, just who cares? But come up with something better than this.
Yeah.
Like Melissa McCarthy and Will Ferrell. It doesn't even sound. Ugh.
I want to redact my fuck. I need it back. 0 fucks.
All right. So you're done.
Yeah.
You're back to 0. Okay. So wait, has this ever happened?
Like in the middle?
No,
Yeah.
Did you return?
I returned my fuck.
You must have had a gift receipt.
Yeah.
All right. Next
You
up.
can have a change of heart.
Okay.
There's room for that.
All right. Next up, Mondo announced that there is going to be a special edition double LP vinyl release of the Ghostbusters score. This is not the soundtrack. This is the score.
It's the score.
So it was originally reported that it was going to be the soundtrack, but I guess it's not the soundtrack. It's the score, which I just read just right now.
Yeah.
So Elmer Bernstein. So yeah, it's got really cool original art by Paul Mann. $35, very affordable. If you're a record collector or a print collector or a Ghostbusters fan, I think this is a great opportunity to pick up something very cool. Jake, what say you? How many fucks?
I gave it 3 fucks. I just think it's cool. Any new Ghostbusters merchandise is good in my book, and the artwork overall is pretty good. I think the Slimer looks weird, but the rest of it looks great. And just the fact that like Mondo does really good LPs and records, like they it's always on point. So I'm excited to get that.
Yeah. I agree with you.
It's a little weird though that they just did this big 35th anniversary vinyl release, and then I just thought, I'm really bummed. I really want the soundtrack. And for that matter, I want the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack. But also,
maybe that stuff will, maybe it just kind of depends on how. I saw that like this is more of a limited run. A lot of those end up in stores, and they said that this will not. So maybe it just needs to.
Well, I better order mine then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to order it. It's tomorrow.
Should.
Tomorrow, right?
No, it's on sale now.
Oh, is it?
All right,
Yeah,
stop the podcast.
All right, guys, we're done.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
I don't know how to order things while.
We do that all the time. We order things while doing all sorts of things. I gave this 4 fucks too, so I'm right there with you, Jake. I really like the.
Wait.
Oh.
He gave it 3.
Oh, I thought you said 4.
I gave it 3.
Damn it! All right, well, I gave it 4 fucks.
It's okay.
Good. You know what? Because I took a fuck away from Home Alone reboot, and I'm giving a fuck to this because I care a lot about Ghostbusters. I think the artwork is really nice. I would love to frame and put it up on the wall, and I really like the green-looking She-Hulk Zool. I think it's like just a cool aesthetic, and yeah, I mean, I wish it was a soundtrack too. I wish it was the GB2 soundtrack even more, but the score is cool. It's Ghostbusters. I like it, and I like that it's relatively inexpensive, and I love vinyl in general and collecting that, so I think it's something we must have.
Hey, actually, what I want more than anything is the Ghostbusters 2 score, because it's never been released. And that's like a cool, like, it's different.
A good score too.
It's very different than the first movie, but yeah. Okay, cool.
Want it. Need it.
Next up. God, this is a bad fuck budget.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
Like,
let's do it. Let's jump right in.
All right. The Birds of Prey trailer's out.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn, the something emancipation of Harley Quinn. DC Universe is still alive and kicking, I think. I don't want to be too hard on it.
Yeah, I know it's kicking.
All right.
I gave it a fuck.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'll be nice. That fuck is mostly because I'm excited that Harley Quinn Smith and Ryan Dole are excited about it. I'm happy to see them happy. But I think this trailer has a cool aesthetic, and I like that it's pro-femme. I hope that there's some substance to the movie. Like, that's kind of been my issue, is that characters and plot with DC films haven't really been compelling. So it would be really cool to see this and be, like, surprised and taken aback. by how like woke or forward thinking it is or how they spin things. And I like having a female cast, like an ensemble cast. That's cool. So I already have interest in it. I love Ewan McGregor, and he's in it too. So that's kind of nice. So I had to give it one. I called him
earlier Obi-Wan McGregor, which was an accident.
Yeah, no, I like him. So I'm excited about this. Only to the extent of one fuck, though. I don't think it's going to get any more than that from me.
Good cast, too. There's some good people in there. Mm-hmm. Hey, Rosie Perez is in it.
I like her.
Jake, didn't you watch White Men Can't Jump fairly recently for the first time?
I did. Yeah, it was good.
That's a good movie.
Mm-hmm. The first half is really good. Second half drags, but it's still good.
You gotta admit, that's one of the best Jeopardy scenes ever in a movie.
It gets so, like, all of this... that movie takes a bit of a turn. Like, it was like, why are we on the Jeopardy set all of a sudden?
Yeah.
That's like when we were on the lot at Sony when we went to Ghost Corps.
Dude, we were like on the Price is
I was
Right
like,
set.
Should I go in the soundstage right now? Nobody's paying attention.
God.
I just end up on Jeopardy. Just getting every question wrong.
Yes.
What if I did that? What if I faked my way into Jeopardy?
I was like, let's get Eric to let us back on, and we'll just spend the day sneaking into shows.
Then my goal is to get on Jeopardy and only give wrong Ghostbusters answers to every question.
Who's Vince Clortho?
You just answer every question with who is Dan Aykroyd. No matter what.
What is the second coming of Gozer? Sorry. Damn. So close. What are Hittites? No, I'm asking. Jake, how many fucks should you give about this Birds of Prey trailer?
0. I did not like Suicide Squad at all, and to me this doesn't look any better. I don't know. I don't give a shit about anything happening in this trailer except for the hyena.
Yeah. I
just don't care. Like, I don't know or care about any of these characters. So I just I don't know, man. It's just not my thing. I just don't give a shit about
it. We should interject, though, that next week we will have our full reaction and review to Joker.
Yeah.
For full context, Abigail and myself have already seen it. Jake will be seeing it tomorrow. And should make for a lively discussion.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sure.
Yeah. Actually, I wrote a review for it.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah. I thought it was great.
I wrote a non-spoiler review for Joker because I felt the need to get it out of my head because I haven't stopped thinking about it since watching it. So you can find that on YHSpodcast.com. Why don't you go ahead and smash that like button? Ooh, subscribe.
Smash.
Okay.
Join the conversation.
Cool. So we'll be talking about more DC stuff next week. But let's talk about something we actually really want to talk about. I feel like the last two here are we can have some fun with these. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. A little more YHS universe centric.
I tried to branch out. I want to be the number one Home Alone podcast, but you guys aren't going to let it happen for me.
Okay.
What would be a good name of a Home Alone podcast?
I don't know, but I liked the name I came up with for our offshoot, which is a step podcast. Okay. Stepcast. I don't know, but you're the podcast stepdad.
I am?
Yeah, that was the plan.
I don't remember this conversation.
You don't remember this? This was literally like an hour ago at the gas station.
God. I can't focus at the gas station.
Because you said you asked.
Oh, no, because I said...
You're like, should I have a couple beers before we record? And I was like, what if you just came out as a totally different character and doing that?
Cool Craig is just abusive stepdad Craig. No, because I was like, it would be cool if we had Jake and maybe some of our other friends launch a spin-off Godzilla podcast called Podzilla. And then I looked it up and I was like, there's already 5 podcasts called Podzilla. Well,
of course there are.
I was like, I guess my idea is terrible.
No. Yeah, it's confirmation that it's good.
Or me and my family could do one. We can call it Kaijus.
Oh. Okay.
Hello. Welcome to the podcast. I've got my schmear. I can do that. My last name's Goldberg.
I backed away from the microphone. I don't think I can.
You can't.
I can't. I haven't converted.
But you're married into it, so that's
not
that's
really.
You should convert to Judaism.
No, that's not how you know.
You Yama can't believe how fun it is. Let's
I'm
talk
good.
about this next part.
Yeah.
Oh God, second episode in a row we're talking about religion.
All right.
Wait a minute.
What?
We didn't even consider the fact that more than likely Egon's Jewish.
Okay.
Because
Do we need to consider that? Why does that matter?
Does that affect his faith? It affects his heritage. Are we getting back into this?
What are we talking about?
What's happening?
Ariana Richards and Tim Mazzello.
Tim?
Yeah.
All right, let me start that over. The kids from Jurassic Park, okay?
Tim and Lex, the grandchildren
of John Hammond, who were played by Ariana Richards, and Joe Mazzello, who you might have seen in Bohemian Rhapsody, which was not a good movie.
It was a movie.
It's just
not great, was it?
Hey, I talk to people all the time who love it.
Yeah.
People love it, yeah.
But I don't understand.
Well, people love it just because they love the music of Queen.
Of course, Queen's
and it tricks
amazing.
them into liking the movie.
Exactly. Anyways, well, that's another conversation for another day. Tim and Lex, they want to be back. They're expressing interest. They're like, hey, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum are back. We want in. They're not really saying we want in, but what they're saying is we'd love to do it if they asked. You know what's weird? We talked about last week on the show and off the air as well. The three main casts coming back. We never once brought up this as a possibility. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Like none of us thought, hey, what if Tim and Lex come back?
Mm-hmm.
Now, my theory is that we're going to find out that Owen and Claire are Tim and Lex. And it's going to be a real nice twist.
Fucking Return of the Jedi.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Yoda's talking to Tim. He's like, there is.
Flashback to Chris Pratt doing like, sometimes you just gotta just fits in the air.
No, Owen's like, I don't.
Yes, Greg.
They cut to a scene of Owen. He's like, I don't remember all the details, but I was electrocuted by an electric fence as a kid. I remember.
I used to be a vegetarian.
All right,
I want to see that movie.
I think it'd be better if it's a scene where like Claire's on the computer or something, and Owen calls her a hacker.
Oh yeah.
You know, like a nerd or something, and it all just kind of clicks at once.
He's like, hey, it's reported that there's dinosaurs taking over New York City. Here, check it out on this laptop. And she goes, oh, a Unix system.
He's like, what a nerd.
Because of the trauma they suffered,
to be called a hacker.
They get separated.
Yeah.
And never see each other, and then they fall in love. I prefer to be called a hacker. I love it.
And then Owen's like, Sam Neill walks up, and Owen's like, so you're Dr. Alan Grant. Hey, what do you call a blind dinosaur? No, Tim. All right, let's talk about it for real. Jake, what do you think? Sorry, are you laughing?
Yeah.
Having a laugh?
Jake.
Okay.
When it comes to,
I only gave this one fuck. I think it would be cool. It'd be great, but also like this is just two actors being like, hey, we want a job. Like it's not, the movie starts filming soon. It's probably not going to happen. I don't think it's anything to rely on. Like sure, it'd be great, but all my money is on Grant, Ellie, and Ian Malcolm. So, and that's happening for sure. So, like, it would be great, yeah, but it's not going to happen. I just give it one fuck.
All right.
Yep.
Abigail.
I'm in agreement totally with Jacob. One fuck because I don't need either Tim or Lex in a major capacity in this next movie. I am excited about obviously the other ones coming back, Alan Grant and Ellie, etc. Like you just said, Jake. But yeah, there's just I don't see any reason to have them. Their characters didn't seem to affect the other movies, and I can't really see how them coming back wouldn't take you out of it if they're for one thing, I guess. What's the guy who plays Tim? It doesn't matter. The guy who plays Tim, he's he's an actor, but Ariana Richards, she's not in film.
She's not active.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure how that would actually pan out.
Hey, here's a twist. What if this happened? What if Ellie's had to change her last name because she got married and her new last name's Malcolm? Ooh.
Okay.
Do you guys hate me?
A little bit.
Sometimes.
What I want is if Ariana Richards is on the set for her to do like paintings of the crew as they're working on the movie.
Yes.
And then we could buy those. Yeah.
There you go. They're not going to be in this movie. There's no point.
No.
They're in the Lost World for like 2 minutes.
It also like if for some reason they did get, it did come out that they were going to be in it, that would just kind of stress me out a little bit because we're already bringing back 3 of the original characters. And I'm like, okay, they're already probably not getting a whole lot of screen time. And now we're going to have 5 of the original cast. Like it's just too much. There's the original cast plus you have to deal with Claire and Owen. Like it's just too many cast members that have to juggle for like screen time and all that. It's just fucking.
Yeah.
Also, an update. I know we talked about this on the Patreon episode, but Jake, you were eyeing that signed Mr. DNA cell, the animation cell.
What'd it go for?
About $3,000.
Yeah, we almost bought it for you.
Can I tell you it? I can tell you, Jake, I signed up for the auction.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to bid. I'm going to bid like $800. I don't know why. I don't have $800 to spend, but I was like, I want to, like last year for Christmas, we gave Jake that, what was that thing? That
leprechaun.
The signed,
You want to outdo it?
Warwick Davis picture.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to beat that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was like opening bid. Hey, we're at 1,500. I was like, nope, out. So
yeah.
God.
But at least I still have that Ray Bradbury dinosaur book, so you'll be getting that. And I actually brought that up. I was like, hey, it's fine. It's like,
I looked at Abby. I was like, has Jake ever once expressed any interest?
He wants it.
I completely forgot about it until right now.
Fuck. Let's all forget about that over the next month. We're not getting you anything, Jake.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could probably get you like, I don't know, a Raphael or a Leonardo animation cell, and I can sign it. Hey, at least that'd be something.
It's something.
All right, let's talk about this next one. Rise of Skywalker. Screenwriter Chris Terrio had some comments regarding Rey and the Force. I thought these were kind of interesting. I wasn't going to include it, but then I realized I wanted to talk about it because I love Star Wars more than anybody on this podcast. I can prove it.
I like it.
You just like it?
I like that you love Star Wars.
I love
and
Star Wars.
I personally, I'm into it.
You getting into Star Wars?
Yeah, I'm getting into recently.
Okay, so here's the quote. In an interview with Empire, Terrio addressed what he believed to be the 2 biggest questions that will drive the plot of The Rise of Skywalker. First, there's the matter of who is Rey and her murky heritage. So, right from the top here, I think this is a good sign. Because let's face it, nobody likes what happened in The Last Jedi.
Her lineage is important, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's stuff I really like about The Last Jedi, but when it comes to Rey and her backstory, like, it's kind of like, come on. All right? Mm-hmm. He says, that's a question that people not only wonder about quite literally, but wonder about in the spiritual sense. How can Rey become the spiritual heir to the Jedi? We kept coming back to who is Rey, and how can we give them a satisfying answer to that, not only factually, because obviously people are interested in whether there's more to be learned of Rey's story, but more importantly, who she is as a character. How will she find the courage and will and inner strength and power to carry on what she's inherited? Then they were talking about the Force, the broader matter of how strong the Force really is. And he says, it sounds a little simple, but actually when you get down to it, that is sort of a Zen koan that we will really meditate on. Not literally in yoga poses or anything, but like we would really discuss. What is the Force and how strong is the Force? Those 2 things were very important. So I think that's a lot to take in. So take a deep breath. Mm-hmm. Abigail Gardner.
Yes.
When it comes to what I'm going to translate, we're going to find out who Rey's parents are.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to find out who she is.
Yes.
And we're going to learn a little bit more about the Force.
Yes.
How many fucks do you give?
4 fucks.
All right.
I upped this from 2 to 3 to finally 4 fucks because Although you keep talking shit on us and saying we don't like Star Wars, I fucking love Rey and I love The Force Awakens. Face tattoo.
Death Star tattooed on his face. And I was like, I don't know if you really like it though.
Yeah, we all love it, and we all have troubled relationships with movies and franchises, and have feelings and things we need to get over. And The Last Jedi happened, and my biggest issues with that film were Rey's murky lineage. I didn't like that her parents were just like drifters or whatever, like junkers, and didn't matter. I wanted to know something that would tie back to the original trilogy and that would add some depth to it. And also, I fucking hated the final battle with Luke and his Force teleportation or whatever that shit is. I didn't like that. It confused like how you can use the Force and like what actually killed him. If it was like him taking the mental capacity to transfer to another place that killed, like there wasn't like I wanted real high stakes like death blows and that kind of shit. So if there's thought going into like
death blow, how the Force works,
then that's something I'm excited about. And I'm excited about the next movie. And I'm kind of nervous, but it's good to hear that these are concepts and things that people are meditating on, because you should be doing that with Star Wars.
How fucked up,
not just trying to rewrite or flip the script.
J.J. Abrams should have done all 3 of these movies.
Yeah, I think so. But you know what? We got what we got.
Well, I mean, all right. Oh boy.
Are you thumbing through all the fucks in your wallet right now?
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
Jake, classic. We've been on so many trips with Jake. We've go to so many toy shows. Right now, Jake is standing at the booth. Mm-hmm. He's looking at that vintage toy. He's looking at that trench coat Raphael. And he's taking out his wallet and he's going, "Hold on, let me look at my money."
I'm going to tell you, so far I've only spent $4.
So you still have some.
I do, but here's the problem. I don't think this is like the Rey's parents lineage thing. Like, is that news? How? Duh. Like, of course we're getting that. Like, that's not that doesn't make me like feel amazing to read that, because I'm like, okay, well, yeah, it's the last movie. Of course we're going to know who her parents are. The other thing, like finding, I gave this one fuck. The thing about the Force. Yeah. Let's spell out the Force and let's have it. Remember last time they tried to do something like that? We got midichlorians. Like, I don't care. I don't need to know exactly how the Force works and exactly what its limitations are. Like, that's not for us to know. Like, if that was something that was easily defined, then the world of Star Wars, like, it wouldn't be as mystical. That is kind of the purpose.
There's just going to be a scene. Akbar is going to be back for some reason, and he's just going to be breaking down
with a pointer
how Leia was able to do that weird thing she did in The Last Jedi. He's like, well, you see here.
I just don't like it. Is any I don't
There's
know.
a little diagram of fucking what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Oh, I can't remember. Michael Rooker's character. Yondu, just like
Janosch. I'm glad that they're like putting some thought and they're thinking about it and they're trying to think about what people want to know the answers to. But like, the Force is not something I need an explanation for 9 movies into a saga. You know what I mean? Like,
I do hope that they don't, like, I'm sure. Okay, they're never going to say this publicly, but when J.J. Abrams was brought on to take on this movie, I guarantee the first thing they did was sit down and go, okay, we have some course correcting that we have to do.
Yeah.
Because there was a negative, palpable reaction to some of the stuff that happened in The Last Jedi. And one of those things was some of the stuff that people, like, I don't have, like, Luke force projecting, all of that. When people be like, oh, you can't do that in the Force. Like, that's... I don't have any issue with that.
The Force projecting isn't the problem with that
exactly.
part of the movie.
Exactly.
It's the underuse of Luke doing anything important is the stupid shit.
Like, imagine if he would have force projected, like, if that scene would have happened and then he realized, like, he had to go, like, he actually showed up too. You know, like, there's ways they could have done that and, like, made it work and then make it even cooler. But we've talked about that a lot. But, yeah, I don't think addressing the power of the Force, which is a tremendous line of action figures that started in 1995 and became the rebirth of the Star Wars collecting universe. Yeah, I don't think that's... I'm way more interested in Rey and her lineage and why... My favorite scene in the new trilogy so far is the Rey finding Luke's lightsaber and having Obi-Wan say, Rey, these are your first steps. I love that. I've been waiting for 4 years to figure out why. Why her? I love that she's powerful. I don't care. Like, people who freak out, like, she became too powerful too. Like, fuck that. She's great. It's awesome. I always say that Luke trained with Yoda for a total of about 6 minutes over 2 movies. So I'm not worried about how fast she became powerful in the Force. But I do want to know, is it a blood lineage or something else that led her down that path? But yeah, let the Force stay mystical. Let it be an unspoken thing that you don't need to define it. I'm not into... I hope they don't do it literally, you know?
Yeah. Whenever you reach level 532 of Jediism, you get your merit badge for levitation.
It's like Scientology.
Fuck up.
Yeah. I think that any like too much exposition on that, just like the Whispers in the Forest and Lost, or like anything where you're getting too much backstory, it takes the mystery and like the mystique out. So.
Well, that's the thing. People get so hung up and convinced that they need the answers to everything. That's not what makes a story good. Like, to me, leaving some stuff open to interpretation is a very powerful storytelling device, as long as it's done in a tasteful way that, and as long as that's what the writer or the creators intended. It's not like fan theories where they're like, Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, you know, he grew up to be Jigsaw. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not what they were intending. But when certain things, like, I mean, honestly, even if they did not address Rey's like lineage and it was more open to interpretation, like, I would be okay with that as long as they do it in a cool way. But I don't think it was done in that cool of a way in The Last Jedi.
I agree.
Dude,
it wasn't satisfying.
Hey, can I ask you guys a serious question?
Yeah.
Good fuck budget, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Thanks, Papa Fuck Budget.
How do you guys feel about Kylo Ren going into this movie?
I'm stressed they're going to try to redeem him, and that's not something I want or think I can accept in my heart. He killed Han Solo.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go full turn.
Even if you're not like the biggest Han Solo fan, like he's one of the core original 3 of the trilogy, and I don't believe that I can accept a redemption of a character that has come in the last 3 films, killed one of the biggest characters of the franchise, and then like we only have 1 movie to do it now, if he's gonna have a redemption in the course of 1 film, I won't believe that. Like, that would be too hard for me to take in. So I you see rumors of it and you see people talking about it, and I hope that that's not.
I could see a redemption and then death, like death through redemption, like redemption through death. Like he dies off doing like the right thing.
Well, that's like Vader, though.
Yeah,
that's like the ultimate. Like, there's good in him. I know it. Like,
but to see him cross over and then stay there, I don't know if that's.
Here's another question before we wrap things up. I've been on record as saying that I had no issues with Luke and Rey's storyline in The Last Jedi. I liked old cranky hermit Luke. I liked all of that. But the more I think about it, I think I'm starting to kind of dig into a little bit of maybe what the real issue with Luke was. Mark Hamill has been very open in saying that he fundamentally disagreed with basically everything Rian Johnson did with Luke in that movie. Mm-hmm. It's really hard. The flashback scenes where we see Kylo tempted by the dark side and Luke like attempt to kill him.
Yeah.
That's really hard for me to swallow. Especially in the way it's presented. Like, to me, that's its own trilogy. Like, Kylo Ren training and turning to the dark side. Basically, that's the prequels.
Yeah.
But they do it in like 3 minutes. And I think that's the hardest thing. That's
something I would like to see stretched out. And that there's a lot of complication because he's the son of two people on the opposite side.
I really think they fucked up.
Yeah.
Like that literally, that could be at least its own movie, which would be Kylo being tempted by the dark side and Luke having the moral dilemma of what to do about that. Mm-hmm. And at a minimum, it was poorly executed.
Yeah.
But at a maximum, it really kind of derailed the momentum because we all love The Force Awakens. I don't want to speak for everybody. I don't know if you agree with what I'm saying or not, but
I agree. It rivals probably Return of the Jedi for the number one position in my book of like favorite Star Wars film.
What does?
Yeah, I agree.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you guys, what do you think about what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm agreeing that I would watch it. Are you saying is that viable?
It's clunky in that movie. Like there are like out of all the things that are clunky and not well planned out, that is one of the big ones. And it's like it's weird because you also see it like 3 times in the movie, like through different perspectives.
But all the perspectives are kind of the same.
They are, but like I get what they're going for. Like, well, there's one where it's like he wanted to kill Luke. And then there's one where it's like Luke wanted to kill him. And then there's the one where it almost seems it's like a little bit of bad timing on both of their parts or something. And it's just like, what the fuck is this? It's just not good writing is what it is. It's just like it was a bad idea. Nobody said, hey, don't do, maybe not.
If you're going to do that extremely important span of time, don't like have so much confusion about it. Like
I think there's a way that movie could be edited and leave out those scenes and we'd end up with a better, more satisfying movie. Cause it just takes you out of it. Like, because the first time when you see the aftermath of Kylo burning down the temple, and when you see it in that vision in Force Awakens and Luke like bowing down and putting his hand on R2, like it is so unbelievably powerful and emotional. But the way that it's executed, we're like, first off, it looks like one of those bad flashbacks from a TV show where like this is supposed to be like 10 years ago, but Kylo Ren looks the exact same as he does now.
Yeah.
Like it's just weirdly done. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I always thought that was like, this happened yesterday?
Yes. It's one of many weird timeline things and things that just don't add up. And
I get that Luke has that little farm boy crybaby built into him. So I don't doubt that if he failed as the Jedi Master that he wanted to be and he lost Kylo to the dark side, that's why I don't mind him going to become a hermit and like trying to not be of the world anymore. But it's not even the it's not even the things that happened that bum me out. It's the way they showed it and the way it was executed.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that. It just seems like Luke overall seems kind of very unimportant in Last Jedi, and that goes against the entirety of Force Awakens, and it's just annoying.
And it also sucks to have him die at the end of it when like his it's not been a satisfying run that he's been
exactly
on.
It's not like
you don't even fucking miss him.
Killing him off is okay to me if it's like worth it, but whenever he's been literally doing nothing the entire movie, it's a waste.
Dude, pull my heartstrings and make me care.
Talking about this movie again.
Yeah.
God, like let's stop talking about this movie.
All right, well we're about done anyways.
Yeah.
Last thing, because we got to record a bonus episode. We did not touch on this last week, and I meant to, and I forgot. So let's talk about it real quick. Mm-hmm. Ivan and Jason Reitman at the Calgary, I think it was the Calgary International Film Festival, they talked about movie making and all sorts of stuff. A lot of it was repeats of stuff we heard at FanFest. Ivan Reitman got emotional at one point because I think what he's seeing in his son is dollar signs.
I thought you were going to say his 4 guys coming down the street for the first time.
Oh, it's truly remarkable. No, man, this is fucking awesome. Ghostbusters is almost done filming. Can you believe this? Ghostbusters 3 is almost done filming, and they were talking about it, and Jason Reitman expressed that the main theme of this movie is forgiveness. And he said,
I forgot. We talked about this a little bit, yeah.
And he said, in that way, it really connects back to the first two. So we can carry this on next week, but I wanted to get initial thoughts. When you think about, we really don't know anything about the plot. We specifically don't know anything how it relates back to the original movies. So when you think about forgiveness, what do you think?
It made me think, like, my first couple of thoughts were having to do with Egon, and it made me wonder if, like, maybe they're going to use the death of Harold Ramis and kind of like maybe something happened and Egon's death was maybe the cause for the split of the Ghostbusters, or Egon and maybe Carrie Coon's character, who could possibly be his daughter. Who knows? Like, maybe something happened where the family kind of had a split. It's either the Ghostbusters had a split or the family had a split. And whatever happens in this movie is kind of like bringing them back together.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm circling around on Egon, thinking that he's going to be the emotional connective tissue for the movie that brought Bill Murray back and that brought everybody into it.
Abby was just holding her nose. I thought you were about to jump into a pool.
Dude, no. And if I did, I'd know how to dive. Anyway, so back to... That was like a fun reference. All right. So yeah, that completely lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
Forgiveness.
Oh, forgiveness. It's probably Egon. Knowing Harold Ramis as a person, like they could probably play off of some of his like actual character in real life. And yeah, I think that it's going to be something where maybe his death affected the end of the Ghostbusters, and maybe it also is like his daughter forgiving him kind of a thing and we learn more about it. Like this is all the speculation that I've heard. So it's not my original thought, but
I mean, I agree with you guys on that. Another thought that came to me is it less forgiveness having to do with the actual organization of the Ghostbusters and more, we all read Harold Ramis's book. We do know that he had a daughter outside of his marriage, and it was kind of a secret thing, and there was some family drama there. I don't think they would necessarily be like, oh, let's put that in the movie, especially since Harold Ramis has passed, and like maybe he'd be like, hey, let's not. but maybe it is like a family thing. Maybe it has to do with Carrie Coon's character forgiving her father or something along those lines. I personally think, let me ask you guys this, and we'll wrap on this. If part of the storyline is that, kind of like Jake was saying, is that something happened during the after Ghostbusters 2, there was some sort of event, and somebody made a mistake and Egon lost his life, and then Ray shut down the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
How the fuck am I or either of you?
Then what if Ray finds out that?
How are we going to emotionally handle watching that? Like how? Like I'm trying to think.
Hey, we're not.
No. Multiple viewings.
Like I told Jake, I said we're gonna
have dinner beforehand.
We're gonna have to see it on opening night.
Yeah.
We're going to have to leave the theater, completely remove ourselves from it, go to dinner, not talk about anything we just saw, and then go back and view it again.
Silent dinner.
Because like, I mean,
I'm going to need it. I want to be accurate. I want to be clear-headed. I want to be focused. I want to be in touch with my emotions. I might bring my therapist with me so I can like talk to her.
You know when you watch like any Star Wars movie now and you see Carrie Fisher on the screen and you hear the Princess Leia music and you get that immediate kind of thing. Like, imagine that, but
it's going to be like that, but for Ghostbusters.
But worse, like, because Harold Ramis is gone, and like for so long, people have always said, like, how do you do a third Ghostbusters movie without Egon? But if you make Egon the focal point of the movie,
I'm just imagining Dan Aykroyd tossing slowly back and forth between his hands a slinky as he's delivering the news.
Here's another thing. What if there is a flashback that shows this event?
That happened?
Yeah.
I could see it. We have the
I'm just
technology.
like, I feel it's kind of tough because we start speculating going down that road. Obviously, the movie could be
completely different. Yeah.
Different, but
it could be nothing like what we're talking about. But still, what if Egon's ghost comes back, but it's just like it's literally like a second Slimer, but with Egon's head CGI'd onto it, and they're just buddies. Slimer and Egon are just like they hang out.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's
somebody please draw Slimer Egon.
Slimer Egon.
Slime Gon.
Sligon.
Slimer Spangler. That's the okay. We've talked about this before. What if the movie does end with Ray sacrificing himself and stepping over to the other side, and you see him and Egon hug?
That makes sense. More than anybody, though, Dan Aykroyd, Ray Stantz wants to become a ghost. That's what I think.
Right.
So it would be fitting for him to cross over.
There is no doubt in my mind that Ray...
It's going to be like Logan.
There is no doubt in my mind that Ray Stantz is a hermit who has closed down the Ghostbusters and that Slimer lives with him. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sure
they're doing chores together. They're in the barn. Slimer's moving bales of hay. Oh, I love it.
Bales.
Yeah, it's perfect.
He's doing farm work.
Yeah, dude. I'm reading Cujo. It's just like the fucking farm where Cujo lives.
I don't know. I don't like going down the speculation route, but there's just if you're familiar with Jason Reitman's movies and you know he's all about character studies, like
family drama, like real life things and how they affect people.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. This is going to be centered around this family that has a connection to the original movies. Mm-hmm. I just don't think I can handle it,
dude.
I don't want to say it's like a drug. All right, cool. Well, we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, guys, before we move on? We're gonna go record this bonus episode.
No, I'm ready. Let's just do it.
Well, listen, everybody. Thank you so much for joining episode 170. Can you believe that, guys?
Whoa,
170.
Did
episodes?
we just get
That's
Holtzman?
a lot.
What?
Did we get what?
Did we just get Holtzman? I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how I was more excited in that moment, like 5 minutes ago, that we were talking about Ghostbusters, than I was at any real point watching Answer the Call ever.
Guys, there's a Twinkie billboard in Times Square.
Guys.
All
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Well, cool. 170 episodes in the books.
Wow, that's crazy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good job. Congratulations.
And we'll see everybody next
Brave
week. We'll be talking about Joker and hey, listen, we got to be getting some more concrete Ghostbusters news any day now. So maybe we'll have some of that.
Yeah.
Yep. Hope so.
More than the ladder and the Z and all the other things we've gotten.
Yeah. Ladders, Z's, what other things?
An ice cream picture that was taken down.
Oh, damn you, Logan Kim. All right, we'll see everybody next week.
Later, y'all.
Later.